We're gonna have some good times with good friends, making good memories. A little bit of sunshine and good vibes, yeah, that's all we need. And we ain't gonna worry, ain't in a hurry, everything is going our way. We're gonna have some good times with good friends, making good memories. Everybody's moving to the song on the radio. A little Stevie Wonder never hurt nobody's soul. Something about lawn chairs out in the warm air feels like a sacred place. Cause when we all get together, every day is a holiday. We're gonna have some good times with good friends.
Okay, so Waylon, let's talk about you as a person at your age. How do you handle bad days?
Bad days.
And when I say bad days, it depends on how you look at bad days. It could be the weather, it could be probably the weather has turned against you and you want to go have some fun outside. Or maybe you are just moody, you just woke up feeling like you don't want to talk to anybody. You have school to go to, you have homework to attend, you have a test to do. How do you handle that?
If it's more like weather, I enjoy playing video games, to be honest. But if there's times whenever my mom says no, which is a lot more often, I just turn to writing or reading or drawing. Sorry, drawing.
So you read as well?
Yeah.
What kind of books inspire you at that point?
At that point, right now I'm reading a book called Atomic Habits. My mom sort of gave it to me and said read it, and I find it really interesting.
What's that about? And how long has it taken you to go through a text?
It takes me a long time because I'm not a really consistent reader. But I think the point of it is just saying how small habits or small changes can result big in the future.
So you read books that are actually meant for a grown age, so that as long as they're inspirational?
As long as they're interesting, to be honest.
Interesting. Okay, so during bad days, that's what you do. You read
I read or draw. Yeah.
or draw. What happens when someone comes to you and you really do not want to interact? You just feel like you're having an off and you don't want to, spend time explaining yourself. How do you tackle that? And especially if your friends are coming over, your relatives.
That has happened before. When I'm just here, I just want to focus on art, and my relatives come over and want to start asking questions about the art.
Yeah.
And I don't want to seem rude because they're family. So the best way I usually deal with that is if they're children, I can distract them with something else, like my brother.
Yeah.
Or if they're grown-ups, I can just slowly fade away and go upstairs to my room to draw.
Don't they find that rude? Like, what? This guy, we just came to your place, we wanted to hang out.
No, I have more experience with that, and I don't think the grown-ups would come for me. They come mostly to interact with the parents.
So you want to say that whenever you have a bad day, you are more wiser away than hanging around and actually rubbing it on people?
Yeah.
Do you think that's normal or easy for teenagers?
I feel like that's normal because if you're in a bad mood, you wouldn't want to make people feel offended because you're not really in a calm state.
Yeah.
So they say some things.
So when teenagers are actually in their rooms or just away from the norm, does that mean they're trying to find their space because they're not having a good day? Is
And
that
they probably
necessarily
just
the
don't want to interact, or they're just busy doing something else. Like they just want to do something else.
Do you have friends who are like that?
Not that I know.
So with you in mind, and say you have family members, even relatives who are teens, and they also have that kind of season, would it be advisable for them to just all the time have their own space, or would they once in a while try and balance? Because you can't forever be in your own zone.
Yeah.
It gets boring, it gets intimidating to you as a person. So how do you see them behave when you really want to be with them and they're not available?
Sometimes you may be a bit rude and just like stay in that room. But whenever it gets to that, their parents notice and sort of call them out and tell them to hang out with us.
Ooh,
But that doesn't really feel genuine
it doesn't?
because they don't really feel like it, so they don't need to force them.
So when parents call out children in the space of, why aren't you hanging out with us? Why aren't you talking to your relatives? Is it the best way, or is it necessary for them to come and just find out what exactly is going on with you? Do you feel like sometimes it's directly to the issue than necessarily looking deeper into the issue?
You shouldn't really look deeper into the issue because sometimes there's no deeper meaning. And the children may get frustrated that you're saying there's a deeper meaning, there's not. They just want to be left alone.
So we need to stop miscommunicating our thoughts with what's happening. We overthink as adults. Is that what you're saying? We overthink. Like, for example, Waylon is here. He was just smiling with us 2 minutes ago, and then suddenly he just wants to be in his space, and we are thinking, okay, did someone say something wrong?
Yeah.
Because that's what comes off,
Overthinking.
right?
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily something's wrong. It's just you wanting to be alone.
Yeah. You just want to relax away from the crowd and commotion.
That's very interesting for you to say, because normally I know it sounds like this kid is just gotten so rude, and then okay, of course we think like, hey, they've become too mature now, they don't want to hang out with us anymore.
Yeah,
Do you get that sometimes?
No.
Not
I
at
don't
all.
have a choice with my parents at least. If they want to hang out with us, I have
You
to.
have to be there. They have brought you up in a respectful
Yeah. I'd say.
environment. And does it always work like this? Are there times you wanna, you really have to go on holiday and you don't wanna go to that particular place? Because honestly, I know we have that vibe of, if we want to go this place, we would of course expect our children and our family members, they'll flow with our place, and they really don't want to go. So what happens in those incidences? Do you go and sulk in there because you feel like, I do want to go, but no, I have no choice?
To be honest, I'm not really that emotional. I just get over it and deal with that.
You are the one who has to deal with it.
Yeah.
So does that mean that you have to adjust as a teenager?
Yeah.
And I'm insisting on teenager because basically, this show is mostly up towards the teenager. And then another thing is that teenagers are the ones who seem to be in a space where they are growing into trying to understand themselves. So they can sometimes go totally off. So in this sense, Kabisa, like, do you think that the solution that a teenager should have is just go with the flow, or should they go hardcore and just say right on the face, I am not going, I don't want to do this?
To be honest, I think it depends on the situation. Because you can't say that when there's other people around.
Exactly.
Maybe one can break it down. but
Gently. So are you telling us how you bring it out is much better? Because you might just decide to stay. Everyone is gone. They won't even leave you with anything. I mean, you decided to stay. Sawa, we are headed. There's no food in the fridge. There's no money for grocery. You probably don't even know how to cook. And you decided to stay. So are you going to still call them for eat-outs? Or how are you going to survive that? How would you tell someone who is in that situation where the family is those ones of, you don't want to go higher, pamoja, see you when we come back? Because obviously they're not you. And there are people who are out there who, you don't want to go, sawa, we have to keep going, life has to go on, not because they hate them, but because they're not going to carry that mood into a good space. So what would you tell that person?
I'm not sure.
Just because you're not in that situation, yeah? So you wouldn't understand their vibe.
Yeah, I don't think I've been in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you're going out to eat.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I'm going to want to follow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What about the choice of meals? There are sometimes we have a situation where you've gone out or you're in the house, you feel like having this kind of meal, and this kind of meal is not available. And for example, let me just go hard like this. There's this season where it's githeri. Did you see your reaction right there? So there's githeri, or let's say just ugali and skuma. And you're thinking, yo ho, like, ma, it's pizza week, you know, like we have terrific Tuesday and all that. And it's not because your parent is not able to provide that. It's just that they fast, it's a balanced diet. Number two, they just don't want to waste money on things that maybe can salvage many other meals. Okay, so what do you do when you're not taken out where you want to go, or be served the meal that you really fancy?
I really can't talk back in that situation.
Yeah.
Like I said, my mom is
Strict.
my mom.
Your mom is your mom, and she has to be like that because she knows you better, and she knows what's best for you. So have you been in places where, let's say for example, okay, I specifically talked about meals on the table. Okay, so let's talk about a meal on the table. So you've gotten an outfit, maybe. There's this fashion that's going on. You want to buy a particular outfit, but mom, I wanted this one, not this one. And this one is being got for you because first you need the outfit. But you are not looking at the need, you are looking at the want. How do you relate to that?
Same answer as before. My mom
Your
is
mom
my
is your mom. But well, don't you think that the more you don't like speak out, and this is not just to provoke you to go beside, like behind your mom's back, it's that one of, do you think being quiet when there's a need to speak is trouble? Don't you think so?
Yeah, I think so. Though sometimes I may just ask my mom and say, this is not what I wanted to get. Because there's sometimes I may request her to
Yeah.
get me something. Like I said, sometimes I just find like faults in it. Like I can say, oh, it's too small. It just doesn't match or something. And she may be convinced,
Yeah.
but she probably won't get me. Yeah,
So she's already decided, and you cannot change her mind on that. What? So you have to struggle with what you got. But for how long are you going to use it? Because what I notice is you're only going to do it for a few weeks, and then after that, forget it.
those shoes just disappear in the back of the closet. Those clothes just
And doesn't she complain? Like, what happened to those shoes that I bought you?
like, why aren't you wearing those shoes? Why are you complaining about shoes? I bought you those ones.
What? I'm laughing because I've had a particular experience severally. And I'm wondering, why are these shoes still here? You know, I thought I bought these shoes. And at that point, do you know the mom or dad has bought those shoes for you, knowing in mind, this, my son is going to love these shoes, you know. And then there you are, wearing them for 2 days and acting like they were never there before.
And those situations make me feel guilty.
They do. So what do you do in that situation? Do you just keep them behind the closet, or do you donate them? Because again, they're getting smaller while you're growing bigger. So would you rather they rot in the cabinet?
I wear those shoes to somewhere where I know I'm not gonna see people my age, or just not see people in general.
So you're trying to say the outfit can be embarrassing.
Sometimes, yeah.
What? What kind of outfits are you talking about without mentioning brands? Huh? So which kind of outfits are those that, you know,
That are
not too up to date?
sometimes the brands may be like fake, and my mom doesn't realize it, and she says they're not.
So mom is thinking that this is cool for
These are These are original.
Oh no.
Actual
So why
brands.
don't you accompany her for shopping? Because I know it's not just mom, there are other people who have been in that, including myself. And I'm thinking, that this shoe is dope. You know, this trouser is just the one. And then you get home, you end up wearing it yourself. Is it a boy thing? Is it a boy thing, or it's just a teen thing?
I'm not sure. For me, it's from as well of experience. It happens to me. But it's also happened to my brother sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it's just general. As I guess that's why next time whenever we go shopping,
You have to be there.
with my
But
mom,
sometimes maybe mom has traveled.
and she gets me something.
Yeah.
Mm.
So do you like turn it down like that?
I just
Because it's even worse when you put it on like for 2 days
and then
or
it's
2 weekends or 3 weekends, and then it just disappears.
disappears. I don't know. I'm not sure. But this time my mom will tell me to wear this. Because like if I wear the same shoes for too long, she's gonna say, "You've worn those ones too long. Wear the ones I got you."
Actually, I was gonna comment on that. Why is it that especially guys can stay with the very same trouser for almost all weekends? You know, you're just switching shirts, and it's not because you don't have an outfit. It's because that's the one you like. What is that about?
I don't think that applies to me.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
What? Okay. So that outfit story is really interesting and it's funny at the same time. So I was asking, how do you guys just wear one outfit? Like, if it's a top, I'm at a jacket. That jacket will be on your body mpaka. You're being told, hello, can you like let it go? I find that too much.
I don't think I do much of that. I'm just much of an experimenter, like I've mentioned. When it comes to clothes, I also experiment. I try matching these two, maybe something else.
But you've told us they have to be designer. Because again, I mean, you just mentioned there's some particular brands that you can't because you think because you know they're fake.
I'd prefer if it was just a plain shirt than
You'd rather.
fake ones.
So is that advice to parents, teen parents? Like if you're going out there to shop for your son or your daughter, just make it plain.
Yeah.
Just
Unless
make it
you
plain.
send like a picture.
What? In other words, communicate.
Yeah.
So that you don't end up struggling with that outfit peke yako.
Yeah.
What? Anyhow, the more plain the outfit, the better.
Yeah.
The more plain the shoe.
The better.
But there's some forces that are plain. But again, they're still not to the...
Maybe not when it comes to shoes, but like a plain shirt would be good. This plain pants maybe just as long as it doesn't say
anything.
anything.
But what if you get it and you can undo the logo?
Undo the logo.
Yes.
I'd still rather not take chances.
Well, this is hard because it's just anyway. It's an insight to us because we just go by, you know.
It's fine.
So that means when you were younger and you used to get whatever your parent would bring to you, it's just because you didn't really know.
Yeah.
Now you think you know too much. Is it because of too much research or because you're just trying to experiment?
I'm just trying to experiment. Also, you just know more. As a child, you just whatever a fan gets you, it's good for you.
Okay.
So just wait.
So speaking of football, which is your favorite team?
Arsenal.
Ooh,
Much
why?
agree. It's just
Why Arsenal?
mostly because the first football match I watched that got me into football was an Arsenal match, and Arsenal won. So I was like, oh, this is a good team.
So that one time only, that's the only time that you feel wow about.
That's all it took.
Hey, okay, so I've had too many stories about that particular team. What is your take? Were they always getting backlashed?
I'm not sure it is because when it comes to sports, it's very heated
And personal.
and personal. Because people have very different views.
Very true. And do you have a particular player?
Player
The one you look out to?
in Arsenal,
In Arsenal or generally in
there's a
football?
player called Bukayo Saka. He's a really good player in my eyes.
Do you emulate him sometimes when you go to the field?
Yeah, because we both play the same position,
Which is?
left wing.
Ooh, okay. So once upon a time, you would love to be a part of a team like that. Do you have any dreams to actually pursue football, maybe after school? Oh, you do? What are your dreams like? What is that about? Do you want to like enroll in a school of soccer, an academy, or just directly get into the UK?
I wanna UK go for. Though it might take some time
Mm-hmm.
because I started playing football last year.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like if I just continue playing and playing and playing, just get better that way.
Exactly. So practice has to make perfect. You know, we used to be told that, and you'd think, what? You're already good enough. Well, the truth is, you have to keep working to perfect your art. So if you were given a chance to go and watch a tournament, who would you go with?
Who would I go with?
Yes.
It depends on who's playing. If it was an Arsenal match,
Mm-hmm.
I'd go with my dad because he really, really.
He loves Arsenal.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. If it was an alternative?
I'm not sure.
I thought you would say your brother because, I mean, he's your buddy and
He doesn't like football.
what?
He prefers basketball.
Oh, still a sport. That's still good enough. So he plays very good basketball?
Yeah.
Okay, he tries.
No, he's good
Mm-hmm.
from experience, but he's good.
Okay.
So he's very rough.
So in this case, you wouldn't bother taking your mom. Why? I mean, I thought even ladies love to, first of all, she would be there for support. And number two, the experience of seeing guys just kicking a ball left, right, and center, like they say. Uh-huh.
But because my mom wouldn't mind going or not going,
Mm-hmm.
but my dad would love to go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So if I took my mom, she'd be really happy. If I didn't take her, it'd be alright. She'd just be happy that I'm going.
How would you think her reaction would be in the whole pitch? Like in the whole, when in their sitting arena, like how do you...
She'd be very confused about what's going on.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Don't you take time to explain when you're watching football in the house?
Yeah.
And
Sometimes she's like cheering, she's like, go, I'm saying that that's the right thing. But
oh my goodness. I hope you don't laugh about it. You try not to. You cover yourself because she's gonna be like, really?
I understand.
That is so hilarious. You imagine we're cheering for the wrong team and you're like, Mom, that was not the one.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Women, we need help. That is really ridiculous. Okay, so what is your most favorite family time? Is especially, let's say, if we can recap on COVID season, where most people really spend a lot of time in the house. The movement was very limited. What is the best memory that you have despite the worst situations that happened during that time?
Best memory I have from COVID.
Basically, not even really COVID, but that moment where you really got to spend time with your family with no choice. Did you have family time? Did you do movies? Did you draw more?
Yeah, I do more. I feel like that's when I mostly got to. It was a period of time where I explosively got better at drawing. And mostly it was just everyone being available at the time.
Yeah.
Like my mom, my brother, my dad. But my dad would still work.
But in-house?
No, it goes.
Oh, it goes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Then it goes like a lot of protection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But mom would be there and you would actually catch up a lot?
Yeah, we'd watch movies.
Mm-hmm.
I actually made her play a video game during that period.
What?
She was very confused during the game.
Uh-huh. You're really taking your mom on a chase. Uh-huh. She was confused because, what? Is it complicated? Was it complicated?
It was her first. It wasn't complicated.
Mm-hmm.
But she just needs the experience.
Wow. Okay, so how is it going this far?
She stopped after that one time.
Mm-hmm.
No,
She said she cannot do it. But I feel like you bonded a lot and you feel like you got more opportunity to. Because I know as you grow older, there's like a distance that just happens. You know, either they get very busy or you get very closed up. Not because you don't want to vibe, but because you feel like you have other priorities. But you do believe that family comes first.
Yeah,
And you do appreciate that your parents are
available.
available
Yeah,
and very watchful of you. meaning they don't let you make silly mistakes. Sometimes can it be too harsh and you want to breathe?
There's times, but then exactly after, I'm just like, I realize they know what they're talking about. It's
Oh,
actually for the better.
nice. So that means it gets you wiser.
Yeah.
No regrets?
No regrets.
So what would you tell somebody here who is watching you and they're thinking, hey, you don't even know my mom, you don't even know my dad. As in, these guys are tough, or even my guardian or my big brother, my big sister, like I feel like they're too much, they don't get me. What would you tell them?
I may not be able to influence your opinion on them
Directly.
directly, but and I may not know what you're going through, but I feel like sometimes you just have to understand and not really take it to heart.
Personally.
Just, you know, it happens, and they say those stuff for reasons.
They have your interest at heart.
Yeah, they didn't just do it just because.
They want to.
Yeah.
They do it because they want to guide you.
Yeah.
And I know, Wayland, that directions are not always easy to follow. Even like when you're traveling and you don't know the route, you really have to struggle to get there, isn't it? So the same way, I think for the teenager and for the child, when they're growing up, even parents need counsel, and they do get counsel because they don't know everything. So if you don't agree to get direction, you will get a detour. It will either take you longer to get there, or you'll really struggle and get a lot of bruises along the way. But the guys who can be like, me, I don't care, I just want out. All we can do is tell them to keep trying, no matter what. So, parting short, what is your most embarrassing moment?
I'm not sure I can say it, but like I can just break it down.
Paraphrase it.
It's like whenever you're sure in your mind, like 100% sure you know something, like you completely ignore this thing and you tell everyone you know, but turns out you are wrong. And someone tells you are wrong after.
Oh,
all
the feeling
that.
hits badly.
Yeah.
And especially if it's in front of your friends. Do you think you have friends who are supportive of you?
I can't say that. It's like.
And you're yet to know.
doesn't really come, yeah.
Even when you've known them for this long, you're still not sure. So does that mean the more you grow, the more you get wiser, you get to see the
You get to
truth?
experience such situations.
Would your friends fight for you if you are in trouble or in a situation?
It depends what kind of trouble. If I caused it myself, probably not.
Say someone was out there bullying you.
Yeah.
How do you think they can come through for you? Would they laugh about it? Would they run? You know them, they've been your friends forever.
I generally don't know.
You're not sure. Okay, what would you do for them if it was you in that if it was them in that situation?
Depends who they're fighting.
Someone older? Because most bullies are older.
I'd call everyone else to come help me.
At what point would you do that because the fight is intense, or it's really a hidden agenda and you can't really tell that your friend is going through something, only for you to realize way later when they're really bruised?
When they're fighting someone.
Emotional war, mental.
Okay, if they're like fighting someone in front of me, I'd like punch, then I back away.
Whoa.
And then let them continue.
So is that a solution, like fighting? Because again, you'd get hurt on their behalf.
It depends on the situation. Like if I can call a teacher, maybe stop her, maybe.
Yeah, because I'm imagining you would end up getting into the deep
But
because
if
of
they cause
that.
the fight, that's their fault. But
So-
if they didn't cause someone to fix a fight on them, then yeah, I'd call a teacher.
So you really suggest that punching is a solution? Because I'm imagining you've punched, you got hurt, the other person got hurt, we're dealing with casualty. And then at the end of the day, both of you are out of school.
Okay, maybe I wouldn't punch. And I think of, just
Yeah.
call a teacher.
An adult is always the first to come in because they can help in a wiser way. Because imagine if that is your brother. You're coming home, someone in the neighborhood decides, you know what, I've been having beef with you and I want to, you wouldn't fight back, would you? Depends.
Depends.
Are you saying that because you're a guy and guys are for fights?
depends. to be
It
honest.
depends. But the first thought should be just asking for help quickly because you might end up in a situation that wasn't meant to be, right? Okay, so lastly, your most favorite meal.
My favorite meal. Okay, this is a tough question.
Is it? It's food.
Yeah.
Guys and food do not go wrong.
Are we talking about restaurants, fast food places?
Whatever food that is put on the plate for you and you cannot ignore it. The one that you look forward to every time when you're cooking it at home, it's being prepared in the house. You're like, oh my gosh, I can't wait.
You live in the house.
Chicken, rice, githeri, managu.
These are not.
Okay.
Even lasagna.
Yes. Lasagna is your favorite. Why? Because of the cheese.
Yeah, it's easy and then the pasta is just good. It's a good mixture. It's
So-
not healthy, but it's good.
Not at all. It's not healthy. It's just, first of all, if you eat it occasionally, it's the worst. But if you eat it once in a while, I mean, if you eat it occasionally, it's okay. But frequently, there's trouble there. Okay, favorite drink?
Soda.
Soda. Why soda? I thought you'd go for fruit juice and
Oh
stuff.
no, I'm asking like soda in particular.
Yeah, yeah.
For sodas, I'd say Fanta, Fanta orange. For milkshake, I'd say strawberry milkshake.
It sounds like you're a sweet tooth. You love sugary stuff.
Surprisingly, I don't. I don't like sweets.
But it just quenches you when you take that.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe you want to know it, but I can never finish a lollipop.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite type of weather?
This one outside right now, it's like cloudy.
It's almost raining.
Yeah, but it's not raining.
Yeah, but it's not raining. So you can take very long walks with that.
Then like when there's
Play
like some
basketball?
sun coming outside.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So the sunrise and the sunset are perfect for you.
In the morning, especially.
Dream destination. You mentioned the UK because of football, but which one is the one that you know you must go?
It's a lot of pressure on me.
That's why we're here. Artists go through pressure. The pencil is going through pressure.
To be honest, I'd say Hawaii.
Why Hawaii?
I just love the beach.
So it's everything to do with the coast and the ocean.
A nice coast.
A nice coast.
Clean one, private, safe, with a beach house. Just right there.
Ooh. That sounds
And a restaurant close. Food's good.
That's so cool. So, given a chance that you got a lot of money at your age, you won maybe an art contest or you went for an event and boom, you became the outstanding performer and they paid you. How would you take care of that money?
I'd give majority of it to So I'd give them, and hopefully they respectfully know that
They will,
artists,
and they won't use it and say like, oops.
they can use it, but just
Make sure they have your potion.
yeah.
So-
So have my portion and my interests. In
So
mind.
how would you like divide it? How do you think they'd divide it? Would you tell them like this percentage is mine, keep it in the bank? I mean, how?
I just give it to them, but they have to. If they're making big purchases,
You have to be part of the.
I have to be part of the meeting before the purchase. Like if they wanted to buy a house,
You must be
make it say,
involved.
yeah, I must be involved.
Why? You're scared they would get a house that is not your kind.
I'm just scared of where they're gonna get the house. Where they're gonna move.
What if they said, since we got the money, we go build up country, a very big condo?
For them,
Not for you.
not for me.
But they built it with your room somewhere on the side.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For whenever I'm visiting.
Yeah.
But then a portion of that money,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna use it to go to the UK.
Mm-hmm.
And as I mentioned, I'll get play
Yeah.
football.
Yeah.
Then once I've retired,
Mm-hmm.
I'm moving to Hawaii.
Okay. Nice to hear from you. Let's see how far you've gone this way. Oh, that's almost done and it looks really nice. So are you gonna paint this or you just sketch it?
I'm just sketching.
This is super dope. We can't wait to see it when it's totally done. And if we want to buy any of your paintings, where can we find you, Waylon?
You can find me for my mom's number.
Do you have a page where guys can tag you and just, see your work? It's something to consider.
Yeah, I think I'll be setting one up. Maybe.
Set one up because this is really cool. What is this inspiration here? Why did you draw this guy with so much thought process?
To be
What was he
honest,
going through?
I just found a drawing online and thought that looks cool.
Yeah.
And then through the process of painting it, I didn't like how
The outcome.
the outcome, like how the face looked.
But it's very expressive. It looks like this guy is
Not
in a
in
lot
the
of.
painting, but from the reference.
Oh,
So I
okay.
decided to change it and just make it more like he's distressed.
That's what he looks like actually.
Mhm.
So the original was not like this at all. And that's the power of art. No matter how much you copy, you'll always have your hand doing something different. So bye. Thank you for chilling with me and see you next time. Say bye.
But